Check, we're live. Hey guys, this is Eric SideQuest Comics. Let me give it a couple seconds to let people jump in and make sure that we're on live. It looks like we are. I see one person already commented, so let me just go through some business and right off the bat, get it out of the way. Please smash that button, like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't to the channel yet. I appreciate that. And at the end, after you see what I got, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of my pickups that I'm showing off today. And while you're at it, drop me a line at Instagram. I did post this on Instagram. Hopefully I gave some of you guys some time to find it. It's kind of impromptu live. I realized I haven't done anything since April, May for live stream. I kind of got hot and heavy on it, but then life, I got busy and just never got back to it. So I've been kind of noodling this a little bit, wanting to get back into the live stream. But let's see, we got a couple comments. Let me see who's commenting here. So we got One Collection Down Station. Welcome in. Thank you for joining me. And Thing Comics is here from way across the world. Welcome in. And look at that handsome guy. Oh, you're being too kind. Too kind. I did just shave today, so. But thanks, guys, for joining in. You're our first viewers today. I'll give you a little ding-a-ring there. But anyway, let me give you guys a summary of what this is. So this is kind of a title in progress. I wasn't sure what to call this. I've been kind of playing with ideas. But this is going to be a Sunday comic show-off. So kind of a comic show maybe once a month, I'm thinking starting. And then I'm thinking maybe around half hour to an hour. And just a chance to kind of show off the pickups I got in the last month. A lot of times I get these, whether they're buying stuff online or piles, as you can see behind me, that I've picked up, in my quest, whether it's at the local store, cons, shows. Sometimes they just don't show up in some of the, the shows that I make for on the channel. So I thought this was a good way to show off comics. And then I thought about having some guests. I'm trying to talk somebody into being a co-host with me. And we got some more ideas to make it more of a general show. But stay tuned for that. We'll see how that develops. For now, I just kind of wanted to jump on and show off some comics because that's kind of my favorite part about all of this in the comic community is getting to show off comics. So see, we got some more people jumping in and chit-chatting. I love it. Thank you, guys. So we got Gino Talks Comics joining us, saying, what's happening, everybody? Thanks for joining. And then, Thing likes to ding-a-ring. It's something that you may hear quite a bit, especially when I kind of plug a company or a person. I like using the little bell because it draws attention to that person, makes it stand out. But yeah, everybody's saying hi to everybody. That's cool. Thank you. I'm glad that this sounds like a good plan. Like I said, I didn't want to make, when I do have guests, have a big panel because I think sometimes people on the panel can get lost in the conversation, or, maybe they're just not, they don't have really anything to say. Maybe they just want to show comics off and see what everybody else brought, and they're writing it down in their list of, "Ooh, I gotta find that comic. I gotta hunt that one down." So that's kind of the idea. I do have some fun stuff, some fun ideas that originally, when I started planning the channel, that I wanted to do, and I haven't done them yet. And I thought of a way that I can incorporate them into like a live show. Now, something that you guys don't know maybe about me is that I have done podcasts and other shows before where we've done kind of fun games and stuff like that. So I think this is a little bit of me trying to get back to that instead of just making videos and putting it out there for you guys to watch. So some of it's a little bit of like I don't want to say shock jock, the radio DJ guy, but it's part of me that I went to school and did some schooling for that. I just didn't get into the radio broadcasting. It's a hard business to get into. I ended up getting the 9 to 5 job, so it just didn't happen. One of the many things in my past that just you go down a road, but then you take a turn, one of those type of things. So this is a little bit of me, I think, getting back to that. I always loved broadcasting and stuff. So, but let's see. Thing Comics co-host was a great experience. We had a blast with Hayden, aka Next Gen. Yeah, I really do love how some of the community members really do jive together. It's really fun. Like, I'm part of the Colossal Collectors Council of X, and there's sometimes when we have a lot of fun on that, and we keep going after he turns the stream off. So it's really fun to bond with the community, whether you're next door or across the country or the world in some cases. So one collection down. Thank you. Looking forward to future content. Yes, I got some ideas. Something that I like doing is I have a notebook that I write ideas in so I don't forget. So we'll see how that develops. And it could be exciting. Like I said, something I'm going to try maybe once a month just to do. Who knows? It could be fun enough and I have enough response. Maybe I find enough comics that I can do it more than once a month. I'm sure I could. But a lot of it's just time too, real life basically. But so that is kind of a summary of what this is, guys. It's just a Sunday show off. Let's show off some books. Let's have some fun. This is the first show. I just wanted to kind of get back into the live stream and just the feel of it all type of thing, because there is a lot of moving parts. Granted, I am solo tonight, so I get to press all the buttons tonight, which I usually do. I usually play producer and my other show that I do a tabletop gaming show with my buddy Mac, and we do an every night, Thursday night, 30-minute show where we talk about independent tabletop games. If you guys know Warhammer, basically that's what we talk about, is independent versions of that, the miniature games, whether it's painting, playing the game, stuff like that. It's another one of my hobbies I have. I have lots of hobbies, you guys. And this is just one of those original hobbies, is comic books. I've always been drawn to comics. I love the art in them. I actually have a degree in art. So it's another one of those avenues I just did not go down. But this was always my first love as a kid growing up, is comics. So let's see, one collection down. I am on hiatus while I get back to it. I'd love to have you on my show. Well, I would love to be on your show. Reach out, let me know like time and stuff like that. I am, I love going on shows and just talking comics and just having a good time. So, and that's kind of the idea with this. I wanted to bring people on and let's just get together community wise and have some fun talking about these, little stories and Supermen in tights. So, but with that being said, some of the stuff I have planned today, you guys, is I want to just show off books tonight, and I want to go over a seller that I want to highlight. Some of you may have heard of them, and I'll get to that in a little while, but let me take a sip here because I'm already getting dry mouth. I actually grabbed an extra can because I figured lots of talking, I'm going to get cotton mouth. So had to put my drink in my little thermos here because I didn't want to do the product placement. But all right. So what we got planned for tonight, like I said, I want to keep this to, I've already been on for about 10 minutes, just hit ding, 10 minutes. I want to keep this about 30 minutes to an hour, probably 30 minutes tonight since I'm by myself, but I do have a bunch that I want to show you. And I'm just going to run through this stuff, you guys. But what I want to go over first is new comic books. So I'm just going to cover this week, and I'm going to briefly cover, I tend to get between 10 to 20 new books a week. I'm a big X-Men guy. So if it's an X title, I'm going to get it. So without saying, I'm excited for that. But what I wanted to do is talk about the comic book I got this Wednesday that I was most excited to get and read. And it was a hard choice. There was a couple here this week. Now, like I said, if it's an X title, I'm going to get it. And I was super excited to get the new Helverine, aka Wolverine, book. Now, I super loved this variant cover that came out. That's, supposed to be X23, I believe. There's only 2 claws, so that's what I'm guessing. So far, I kind of like the story. It's an offshoot of kind of crossover event they did, I think about a year ago with Ghost Rider and Wolverine, where the a spirit of vengeance, or I don't think it was a spirit of vengeance, but it was, it was a demon basically possesses Wolverine, and yeah, we get Helverine. Now, I'm not going to tell you the storyline in this, but this is a continuation of that storyline. So you're wondering how the heck they do it. Well, you're just going to have to get it and read it, because I don't want to tell you guys. I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, I'm always excited for a Wolverine title or an X title. So that goes without saying. But what I was super excited for this week, and I think this was the first one I read when I got home, whether it was, all the Marvel, the DC that I got, this was probably the big book. I've been really getting into the independent stuff, mainly Image. Now, this was a series I started picking up. I did get Stray Dogs and read that one. So this is Feral. Has nothing to do with Stray Dogs. It's a totally different story, but it is right up my jam. You know what? I want to make my screen big, you guys, so you can see this a little bit better. Let's see. So I got to change my layout to that. So that way you guys can see it. And hopefully it's not too bad of a glare. But yeah, Feral is a very cool story. It's right up my alley. It's kind of has a zombie flavor to it. Once again, I don't want to tell you guys a story because you might not be reading it. But it's from the viewpoint of the main characters are cats in his, and they're very Disney-esque, the art, which is different. That's what drew me in. And yeah, they look cute, they look cuddly, but there's some serious, they show some death in here of, kitty cats getting eaten and stuff. So it can be kind of violent and bloody, which is the adult side, but it's different. If you enjoy kind of like a horror story, a suspense type of story, check this out. Get issue 1 at least. And they've reprinted it 3 or 4 times at this point, with variant covers and stuff. And all the variant covers are plays on like 28 Days Later or Night of the Living Dead, or I think Nightmare on Elm Street was one. Halloween. I know I've had some of these up behind me. But yeah, very different. And if you're, or if you're interested and you haven't read Stray Dogs, or you have, maybe that's enough to sway you to try this out. Very interesting. This was the first one I read when I got home this week. But I did get some other ones. Speaking of independence, another one that from Image I like is this Rook Exodus. This is from the Ghost Machine, Jeff Johns kind of brainchild, where he's doing all these different storylines. Characters like Redcoat, Geiger is one. I know they got more plans, but this one I think so far is probably my favorite. I like Geiger. I like the world, the apocalypse and stuff. This one I think is my favorite because it's in space, it's in the future, it's on another planet, and it's very, I don't know, it's different. It has some different elements of them being on this. It was a terraformed planet that was abandoned by the company, and all these people were left behind. So they have this ability to kind of talk to the animals, and so they would help them, work. Very interesting. I like the writing so far. I like the pacing in it. It's they give you something that's going on, kind of carries through the story, and then the end of the issue, they give you a new problem, or like they may solve that one problem, and then something else comes up. So the pacing is pretty good. It keeps you where you want to keep coming back for more. So that was another one I was excited to read. And then without showing you guys my big old pile, the last one I was super excited about. I mean, I did show you at least one Marvel, but it's another independent. And this one is by Image. It's actually Skybound, and it's a partnership with Universal Monsters. But this is issue 3 of Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives. Now, I love the old classic movie monsters, and this one I kind of missed out on the Dracula one they did before this. Um, and I'm not a huge fan of the Creature from the Black Lagoon, but getting this and reading it, this story is really good. I like where the story is going. It's not centered just on the creature. There's characters in here that you get to know, that you kind of care about, you hate, or not hate, but you don't like, type of thing. You want to see them go down. Very cool book. If you guys haven't checked this one out, another one, pick up number 1, check it out. But those are some of my new books I got this past week that I was super excited. Those are the ones I read right away. Let me know, you guys. Have you guys got these, read them? What do you guys think of them? Let me go to the chat and check, because I have been seeing you guys chime in a little bit, and it's been going by. And I've kind of been trying to not look at it to distract me. But let's see. X-Men guys. So one collection. He is agreeing. I am a man after his own heart. Very cool. Yeah, the X-Men were one of my first loves in comic books, going way back. I'm old, to the 80s. And I can actually track down the actual issue that was kind of like, I remember the first ones I got, and I did just feature it on Instagram. I think I have it by me. Let's see. It should be right. Yep. So I featured this on Instagram, and this is probably the first issue that made me take notice of the X-Men storylines, Chris Claremont's writing. And it is this one. It's X-Men number 200, The Trial of Magneto. I remember reading this and being like, oh my gosh, this is not no superheroes fighting bad guys. This is like serious social issues. Between this one and, do I still have it behind me? This one. If you're not an X-Men guy, this one right here is a book to read. And if it doesn't turn you into an X-Men fan, I don't know. I don't know what you want from comics. But yeah, this one, it combined with this one, which were about at the same time, as a kid, blew my mind. I was like, holy cow, this is what comic books can be. That was the point that they became more adult for me. And I realized how really cool comics can be. So let's see what else we got for comments here. I'm so happy you guys are commenting. I was worried that maybe one person would show up and they'd be quiet. Let's see. Thing Comics that he's been meaning to check that out. I know. Probably one of the ones I showed off, I'm assuming, Thing Comics. Let's see. One collection. I heard Deadpool Wolverine was good. I hope so. You're talking about the comic series? So far, the World War III, I'm assuming it has been pretty good. The art is phenomenal. Do you guys like Kubert? Art is phenomenal. I love that, to the point that I don't really care about the story. I mean, it's Wolverine, so I'm going to read it regardless. Let's see. Rook is good. I like it. Okay, yeah. That out of all those ones, like I said, I Geiger was my draw in, and I still do like it, but I think Rook is bumping that back down. I really like the originality of the story. It's very different, so I'm enjoying that one. Out of them all, like, I'm struggling with Redcoat a little bit, because the character reminds me of like your Han Solos, your Guy Gardner's, Gambit. He's kind of like your bad boy character, but I haven't found anything that makes me really care about him yet. Because he's kind of an ass. And I know some people like that in some of these characters, but I'm struggling with the story itself. Where is this story going? It's not it's not fast enough paced for me. So that one I'm struggling. Um, this latest issue, number 3, is okay. I don't know. I don't know. I hate dropping books because then I may see something and go back and be like, oh, I got to find these books now to catch up. Um, let's see. I'm being asked, have I read the 90s Rook? No, I have not. So now I got something to add to the list. I'm going to have to write stuff down when you guys suggest it. That's the bad thing about when I start to have guests too, is they're going to bring on books or suggest stuff. And it's going to be like, oh, man. Let's see. One collection down saying his first issues were 212 and 213. Very good books. Let's see, is that when Silvestri was starting? I don't think it was, but that was a good time. That was a transition time, really, from 200 up to 220, I think. And then they went into the Mutant Massacre. We had some Sinister, and then went into Inferno. The 200s were like my bread and butter when it comes to the X-Men. That's just when I was actively collecting. Let's see. Helverine, okay. And then X-Men says next, throw up your, yeah, definitely. You got to show some love for them. It's been a while since I've been featuring them. I've been trying to, I do partake in the throw up your set Saturday, and I try to sprinkle a little bit of everything. Otherwise, it would be just X-Men Wolverine for me. So, but yeah, definitely throw up some X-Men sets there. Okay, and then 90s Rook was a mini series. Okay, I should be able to find it then. I'll have to look on I'll look on my app. I use a CLZ app a lot to look up stuff and find stuff really. And then I'll go to the interwebs and see if I can find them. But all right, so I'm caught up on some chit chat there, you guys. Thank you for the feedback. But that was the new books. If you guys haven't checked those out, check them out. They're still new, so you can still find them on the rack, which is always a plus. Let me throw those to the side and take a sip because I want to go to the next little thing I want to show you guys with some of my digging. Now, this one I got to go through faster because I just noticed it's been 20 minutes already, you guys. And here, I never think I have enough content to talk about to make these things, longer. So, all right. So let me I have a big pile, and you guys are going to get the exclusive here. I have a big book, a Grail book that I got just yesterday, actually. All right. So big pile. I'm probably going to slim this a little bit, but I'm going to go through it real quick. I'm going to show you guys the big book right off the bat. You guys want to see the big book right off the bat? I think you do. This was a Grail book. This was on my list of books to get. It's on a lot of people's books to get. There's hints all around you. The way I talk about this character should be a hint in itself. Let's see. Are you going to check out Wolverine Revenge? Of course I am. It's got Wolverine in it. So my big book I got yesterday, and I've been I watch for these, but here it is, guys. Exclusive. Big Grail book for me. I got, bloop, look at that big butte that I got. Hulk 180. Now, many people say this is the first appearance of Wolverine. I don't know which way I lean, to tell you guys the truth. He's not on the cover. I wish he was on the cover. Most people go after 181 because he's on the cover, right? Now he is in this. Yeah, I got this at one of my local stores, the Comic Buying Center, aka Comics for Less. I have featured a video on the channel if you guys want to go back and see the madness that is this place. Yesterday was the last day. End of the month, they do all their $2 comics for $1. Now, they had this on the wall. They have wall books in their new facility. And I've seen this book there the last time I was there, and I was just like really thinking about it. So here we go, guys. I took it out of the bag so you can see it nice. That that is really the only thing that's wrong with it. It does need a press. It is complete. Let me find the value stamp. I will show you guys that real quick because I debated about, do I want this book graded? I have it reprinted plenty of times that I can read it. But just the fact that I found it in the wild, raw like this, I kind of was, and the price was good. I was like, yeah, I'll get it. I don't have to pay shipping. It's local. There's a value stamp with Cyclops. So that was kind of an ad there. I love that ad too, right underneath. Isn't that cool? That's really cool. And then last page, boom, there he is. I mean, I know it's one panel, but is that count as his first appearance? I know most people say, yes, this is his first appearance in a comic. Now, according to apps and Marvel and stuff, they call this his first cameo. I don't know. Until I just get them all, right? Just get them all. And then you don't have to worry about what's first, second, third, fourth, fifth. You just have them all. So, yeah, that was my big book, you guys, yesterday. Big grail for me. I do want to get 181, and I have been looking for that. This one just kind of was like, you know what? I can afford it. I'm going to grab it. I asked to look at it. I think that's what sold me. When I saw how nice and clean it was, I was like, yeah, that's going home with me. So big grail book right there. And then also, I'm going to start going real fast, you guys. So I found this one. It was $10. I couldn't resist it. I never see this in the wild. This is actually the very last issue of volume 2 of Ghost Rider. So it's number, what is this? 94. Yeah. 94 of Ghost Rider, which came out many years after 93, which is a little weird, but it still counts in the volume. So I had to have it for that price because I think I've seen this for like $30. For $10, I'm going to grab it. Here's a series that if you guys have never checked this out, it's Samurai. Now, this is volume 2, number 1. It's the only one they had there. They had a big stack of volume 1, which is one of my favorites. It's all black and white, mid-80s. That was when the independent boom started, was the black and white independents. This, if you guys like anime, you will like this series. I cannot say enough about volume 1. Go get volume 1 if you see it. You can get them from really cheap. I think number 1 is the most expensive book in it. The rest of them you can find. I mean, I found them all in the dollar bins this weekend. I didn't get them because I already had them and because I wanted to get that big book. So, yeah, scope out Samurai. Check it out. Grab a couple issues. Very fun read. Very nostalgia for me. I think that's why I like it. I should have both. One collection down. I eventually will have both. Also, I found in there, speaking of independence, I think I'm missing one issue from this series. Boris the Bear. So they had a big chunk there. They had every issue I needed except for one. So I need one more issue for this title. And, of course, I had to get another copy of number 6. Now, if you guys see this, this is the one to get. Whether you're a fan or not, this is a key book. Now, the key, I'll show you what the key is a rather big artist from the 90s who made a certain Mr. Poole. Is known to be his first published artwork right there. But look, he's drawing feet. And I don't know if you can see at the bottom, that is Rob Liefeld drew a picture of Boris the Bear and submitted it to them. So, yeah, that is the key for this book, other than the fact that it's a fun, independent, black and white. They're spoofing Batman. This was another 80s independent, more on the comic side. And it's early Dark Horse comics. So a lot of those early Dark Horse comics are really fun reads because they're very different, very original. But this is one to pick up for Boris the Bear. Like I said, I picked up a bunch of them. I just need one more to finish the run. I think it was only like 32, 33 issues. So I need one. And then I also picked up, this one I'm super excited to read because now I have all of them. But it's this one. Now, these two I already had, so I got them as a trial. I liked it. So Larry Hama is the writer of G.I. Joe for forever, you guys. And I know some people suggested that I check out the rest of the series. So it's kind of futuristic, World War III. I mean, he's like a ninja assassin type of thing. It does involve some adult themes in it. So for an adult, it's a great read from what I hear. But yeah, I got the whole series for $1 each here, guys. Come on, you can't go wrong for $1 for something that's supposed to be a good read. So I'm super excited to read that one. Let me take a break here, take a drink, and read pop up some stuff here. See. One collection down saying he's a 180 guy. I want to get 181 though. Still got to get that first cover appearance. And yeah, he is shown fully. You're right. It's not in the shadow, or you don't just see a little bit of him. But yeah, I should have both. Okay. Love Textera's work on that run. The Ghost Rider, he's very good in the Ghost Rider run. Those are some of my favorite ones. Yeah, you know what? That's the first time I seen it, so it's one of those things that I can't pass this up. That 94, I'll never see it again, and especially for that shape. A lot of those late run ones, I'm having a hard time finding. I'm trying to finish off that run, and usually when I do find them, they're in the dollar bins or whatever, because it was the 90s, and they're loved beyond belief. Now, if I see them, I'm still gonna get them, because they still fill that spot. Eventually maybe upgrade them if I come across some more. But yeah, I was one of those, I can't pass it. I'm probably never see it again type of thing outside of a comic show or something. Yeah, Hama did that one, but it was canceled after, was it 16 issues? So it only went just over a year. Who knows what it could have done. I think he was still doing G.I. Joe at that time too. Let's see, when was this? This was, it's like the late 90s, I think, without opening it up. But yeah, I think he was doing G.I. Joe at that time too still. So, all right. So let's continue on. I said 30 to an hour, and we're already just past 30 minutes, and I still got a box I want to open with you guys. So, all right. I think the rest of this stack is stuff I got at my local comic store, Jay's Comics. In the last couple of weeks on New Comic Book Day Wednesday, I always go back in the bins and dig. So I've been working on Green Lanterns a lot lately. I got this one. This is what is this volume? Let's see. I think this is volume 6. I don't have any of this volume. They had this number 1. It's a variant cover, so I picked that one up. This one I found in their bins. Did not know there was a series from the 90s. I think this is just a one and done one shot of Colossus. So I had to pick this up from my buddy Ryan, the Colossal Collector. Can't wait to show him that one on a show. I found this one in a dollar bin I featured on Instagram. It's Earth X. This was a Wizard comic. I don't know if you guys remember the magazine, Wizard magazine. This was a little freebie like preview of Earth X that came out. So now technically this features Silver Surfer's girlfriend as a Silver Surfer before Earth X number 12 came out. So with the new Fantastic Four coming out, there's been a lot of buzz, but with her as a Silver Surfer. Well, technically, even though it's a sketch, this is kind of her first appearance. It talks about the Silver Surfers in this new world. So for $1, I wanted to pick it up. Beside the fact that it's got all his sketches for this world, it's kind of cool to see the sketches. Okay, here's an oddball one. I always find these and I have to pick them up. This was like a freebie thing at Radio Shack. I don't even know if Radio Shack exists anymore. DC Superman and Wonder Woman, and they're fighting Lex Luthor there. This is some early 80s gold because it's all centered around computers and stuff. But oh my God, you guys, the computer systems in this comic are huge. They're like reel to reel too. There's nothing compared to like what we have now. So, I mean, this is 30 some years ago. You think about computer technology, it's kind of funny in a way. So yeah, I always pick up these kind of freebie things, or like this one. This one, there's a couple issues for this, but it's a Keebler company sponsored new Teen Titans, and it's a drug story. They're fighting teen drug abuse in this. Another theme in comics in the 80s. I think we have Nancy Reagan to thank for that. She was kind of a spearhead for anti-drug use and kids programs and high schools and stuff at that time. So they did a lot of stuff like this. It says $1, but I can guarantee you at high schools and schools, they were handing these out free to the kids. So when I see stuff like this, I like picking them up because more or less they were like throwaways. A lot of people just didn't save them. So it's kind of neat to get these little kind of snippets of time, I guess, as you want to call them. See. Thing Comics, I've also been working on GLs. Yeah, I've been getting them. The only volume I haven't been really getting is the volume 2, the 60s, 70s, 80s. I get them here and there, but stay tuned. I got some big books coming from that series. But yeah, I've been getting those ones along with another one of my favorite DCs is Aquaman, because it seems like nobody collects them, so they're easier to find. Wizard was your Bible at one point. I think a lot of us that came up in the 90s, it was a go-to for us. It was before the internet really was around to, look up information on comics and stuff. So we got a lot of it from Wizard. Because if I remember right, they had the little price list in the back, which is kind of cool. And we have Steve Driscoll here saying, hello, Steve. Thank you for joining. And speaking of Wizard, I got this one. So my store got a big collection of Wizard magazines. I think that it was a donation. So they had this one, and of course I had to get it. It's a Wolverine. It's a tribute one. I don't even remember what's in this. I'm hoping there's a poster, because a lot of Wizard would do posters. But yeah, look at that cover. We were just talking about Tex here. Here he is. So I'm excited to bust into this. I haven't even opened this yet to look and see what it is. I just got that this week. Very cool. I might go back and get some more, because they had a lot of like when X-Men 2 came out, they had a big story on it. It was kind of cool. Let's see. So then this one is Red Circle. So Red Circle Comics Group is something that Archie Comics did when in the late, it was like early 70s. They wanted to get into the horror story game. And I got 2 of them there. I found this one in my local store, Chilling Adventures in Sorcery. Look at that art. Is that just not phenomenal? And yeah, it says, what's it say, 22? I did not get that. My store has been sitting on this for years. Nobody's been interested in it. It's been in their back issues forever. So a lot of times they gauge on how long it's been there based on the price tag. I got it for $10, guys. And it's in really good shape. I am so excited to read this. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember the old Joust video game. That's what that reminds me of. But just that spider web in the background. And then on top of that, so that was, which one was that? Number 5. I did these out of order, you guys. Here's number 4. Look at number 4. Look at the colors. And I'm guessing that's like the Phantom of the Opera type of guy. I don't know, but very cool artwork. I love the artwork from this time period, whether it's DC, Marvel, whoever. This was like right after the Comics Code kind of started lifting and letting, the comics do some stuff like this. So very cool. And then speaking of Red Circle, I got something called Madhouse. What issue is this? Number 95. It's not the best copy. $3 is, I got a sale on this one too. It kind of looks like it's wavy, like it got some dampness to it, but kind of a classic vampire cover. And I'm forgetting the artist of these off the top of my head, you guys. Oh, Gray Merrill is who did this. He did this one too. Very kind of cool. Graveyard scene, demon or a vampire bat guy or something. Joust was a great game. See? You must be old like me. Here's another independent I found. Now, this book, I'm surprised. Usually, for a while, I saw it for like $100. I found this in another store a couple weeks ago. It was like 2 weeks ago, and he was having a sale, his Father's Day sale. I got this for $20, guys. $20 for #1 Flaming Carrot Comics. Nobody wanted it. It's been sitting there forever. So yeah, I couldn't pass that one up. And then this one I've been wanting for a while. It's actually a set. It's 1 through 4 Vision and Scarlet Witch set. My local store does this a lot with sets, but that's why I wanted it. I wanted this issue, and that's it. For the price, I think I got it for $10, guys, for all 4. I think that's a good price for all 4 for just wanting the one where they reveal that Wanda and Quicksilver are Magneto's children. Now, granted, that has been retconned. I'm hoping maybe they go back. I don't know. I don't know how that works in comics. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But I still wanted to get it for its significance. I'm an X-Men guy. I love Magneto, so I had to get it. It's good for, it's part of the collection. Okay, and then real quick, guys, buzzing through these. They were real cheap. I think these ended up in the dollar bin, even though they were still priced at regular price. The Vampire Slayer, #1. I'm a huge Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. I wanted to check out the newest comic. I think that came out a year ago, actually. I got Man-Thing, a Christmas album. It's a little early for Christmas, but Man-Thing as Santa Claus, sure, why not? I think that's #3 in that volume. And then I am a Conan guy, but this is Conan when he was with Dark Horse Comics. So I have like 1 through 5 of this, I think, this series. So here's #0. Had to get it as like a preview, I think, is what this one was. And then, of course, I went all the way to the other end. They had #50, so I picked up #50 too. So those are my most recent pickups from the last month. Not everything, but it's a big stack. I'm glad you guys kind of put up with me. I tried to go as fast as I could because I actually still had a box I wanted to open with you guys that I got from New Kadia. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this online retailer. I've had this forever, and I still haven't opened it, guys. I keep forgetting about it. For a while, I was like, well, maybe I'll make a show. Maybe I won't. But let me check in on the chat here. Yeah, Steve was saying Joust was great. Oh, hey, look at that. Welcome in, fellow Council of Dan's X-Men Comics, Flaming Carrot. Yeah, see, I think, Dan, if you're still here, you're the one that got it in that little brain worm in me to look for that, because I think you might have showed it once, and I remember it. And it was one of those independent comics I always wanted to kind of go after. Well, there we go. There's one. Let's see. What else we got? Dan saying that's great. One collection down. Buffy and Conan 2. Did we just be... I don't know. Maybe we did. We're running in the same circle, I guess. Yeah, those Conans, they were mint. They were like mint. I think maybe somebody had those, read them, bagged them, and that was it. That was it. So, yeah, I couldn't pass those up. So I have about, what was that, 45 more to get for the Dark Horse. Now, granted, a lot of them are at the store for pretty cheap. And I think with the American holiday, 4th of July coming up, they do have a big sale where all the back issues that are white stickered are going to be like, I want to say 40% off. Now, granted, there's not a lot of white stickers left. I picked through them a lot. But it's an opportunity to grab some of those run fillers then when they're on sale. So that'll be this coming weekend. So I'm sure I'll be digging through their back stock and trying to find stuff. I might try to fill out Defenders because I'm still working on Defenders run, the original run. And then probably Green Lanterns because that's the hotness for me right now. But yeah, Dan was late, but it's good to see him. God loves, man kills. Was late to see. God loves. Oh yeah, Dan. I showed off this because I was talking about how this was one of the books that really turned me on to X-Men. So there you go, Dan. I'm gonna show you. Even though I think you have it. Yeah, I don't remember what printing mine is. I got it way back in the day, but I don't think it's first printing. It's probably like second or third. And it's beat to heck because I read it a lot. But all right, guys. So that was my new pickups. That was my top picks for the new comics from this past week. a big stack of stuff I got in the last couple weeks that I wanted to show off that I thought were kind of big, significant books, stuff that I'm excited about getting. You guys saw the big key. Dan, you didn't see it because I didn't even post it yet. You missed the breaking news. Whoop, there you go. Quick pick. Big one that I got. But I want to get into this box. I don't even remember. I think this was about, I think it was before Father's Day I got this. So now this is for a place that, let me pop up this. I got a window I want to share with you guys. Kadia.com is a comic retailer online. Let's see, share screen. And we're going to, let's see. We want to share this one. Okay, so let me move some screens so I can see what the heck I'm doing, you guys. Here is their front page. A lot of times I look at their stuff on my phone, so it looks totally different than this. But as you can see, let me do this because there we go. They have DC, Marvel, Independence, and what I like about this stuff is they have weekly sales. Now, if you click up here, you see today's sales. These are the stuff they have. They have new customers only, say 15 to 30% off stuff. They have codes you get to use. But look at this, 24-hour sale, 40% on Hulks. I didn't know about this sale till just a little while ago today. And I was like, oh my gosh, oh my God, oh my God. Now, last week, they had a 40% sale. I think it was the whole weekend. It was a 3-day, yeah, it was this sale. 3-day sale, 50% off on Justice League America. That covered Justice League Dark, Europe, International, just Justice League America. I about pulled the trigger on some big books. 50% off, come on, that's a good deal. Now, they do have stuff too. You reach to a certain point, the shipping is free. Here's one that's saved 33% on comics starring female heroes. 1 month sale on Batman. So yeah, 80% on Overstock. A lot of this stuff, they have it color coded. So if it's green, when you look at the price, it means it's been in there for 30 days. They'll have some kind of sale on it. It's just a matter of looking at this stuff. They have clearance. I got, it was months ago, a huge lot of Image, like, what did I get? Some Spawn, Savage Dragon, you know, all that early 90s Image stuff I got for these clearance prices, 50% off. And they were already like $3. So I got them at half of that. This place has really good sales. You guys check it out. Just pop in there on Fridays to see what kind of sales I have for the weekend. Cause it seems like that's most of the time their sales are on the weekend. So yeah, they got a free shipping, 4 days only. I think it ends today, you guys. So if you want to check this out, Canada, UK, Australia is included on orders over $100. So worth checking out, you guys. I mean, there's a lot of run fillers on this, which is cool, but that's worth it, right? To find some run fillers. Like here, let's just check. Let's click on something. Let's click on Fantastic Four. I know you guys are some Fantastic Fours. And if you just click on, okay, let's click on this. Are they going to show? There we go. So here's, and what I like about this, if they have multiple copies, like here, you look here at 28, they have a fine and a very good. You can pick which one you want. And sometimes they have a little photo so you can actually see the photo. It is not popping up for me, but you can see the actual book, which is kind of cool. I'm going to close that so I can see. So yeah, and they give you like the condition and give you a rundown of it. So very cool website, you guys. Check it out. Even if you're just curious, I can't highly talk about their sales. I don't go to them too often because it can be dangerous, you guys. But yeah, I like using these guys. They have some neat stuff. So let me stop sharing here and go back to this. Okay, guys. So here is the box I got. This, like I said, I think it was part of it was a 40% off sale of, I think, just backstock. So it was kind of a basic sale that they had. but I got enough to fill. I think I ended up saving $25 when it was all said and done. Now, granted, I did buy quite a bit, but let me look at my price sheet here. What I end up spending. Looks like I did not get something, but that's okay. So yeah, the most expensive book I paid for was $8.25, and I got it for 40% off of that. So not bad. For generally most of the books I got were $2. There's a couple that were under $1. They were Fury of Firestorm, and it looks like one was not in stock, so they must have goofed up. And then they gave me more coupons. So those are limited to a certain time. What's up, K-Pop? Thanks for popping in. Yeah, got a box. Some goodies in it. So if you guys are joining late, you will be able to watch this later. You can see the big reveal of a big key book that I got for my Grail. All right, so we're just going to dump them all out of here. And now I got a box to, I don't know, store something in. We'll figure it out. So I'm just going to run through these guys. I have a bunch of just runs I've been working on. These are a lot of run fillers. So I got a little bit of Aquaman, a little bit of Firestorm, a little bit of Green Lantern. Recent series I found at 2nd and Charles, 32nd and Charles. I can't remember the name of the store. It's a resales place. Future Quest. I found almost a full run at there for like $1 each. So we have volume 3 of Green Lantern. I have pretty much most of them up to 50, and then I quit collecting the series. That's when, we got Kyle as the new Green Lantern. So, this one is number 32. So I had to get that. Now this is a different volume. I think this is volume, let's see, this is the 2011 series. So it's number 15, the new 52. We got number 26. So these are filling the holes. And I think this might complete the run for me. This is number 24. There we go. Trying to show you guys without a glare. Okay, and then we're moving to the Fury of Firestorm. This is also new 52. If you guys can see on the back of the comics, they do stuff like this, which is kind of cool. Shows you the condition, the number, and then it gives you a little breakdown of like cover reflect. Is it clean? Do they got any kind of, what are the corners like? So very cool. Check them out. But it's Fury of Firestorm number 16. I think this is one of those late 70s, 80s superheroes that I kind of fell in love with as a kid. Okay. So and then we got Aquaman number 8. This was from his 90s series, right? No, this is from the series after that. So this is 03. This came out. And then, here's some more Green Lantern. Here we go. Let's do it this one. I almost bought this, I think, yesterday. And I forgot I ordered it. I hate when I do that. But it's Aquaman number 1. Now, this is the 90s series, right? Yeah. So this is the series where they cut off his hand and give him a little pokey poke fork on his hand. And they toughened him up and gave him a beard and long hair and all that stuff. So, I'm a sucker for Aquaman. I don't know why. You see him right there. Some more Firestorm. Fury of Firestorm, the Nuclear Man number 19. So it's another 52. Number 15. That's a cool cover, you guys. You can see through them. Captain Atom there. That's another oddball series that I was collecting, was Captain Atom. Got an old one right there. Oh, that's a cool cover, number 14. You see these online, and you don't really get how beautiful they are until they're actually in your hand. Number 13, a Firestorm. Number 18, another one. I have to double check to see how many I'm missing in this. I don't think there's many now. Number 17. So a lot of these were under $1, and then I got them for 40% off. You can't beat that. You can't beat that when it's overstocked like that. Okay, and then I saved a couple here because I was kind of shuffling as I was going. It's another Green Lantern. This one might be going to FanFest Chicago with me because Jeff Johns is going to be there. and I might have him sign this little beauty. It's #1 Green Lantern. This is from his, see which one. This is the 05 series, and this is a variant cover. This is the Alex Ross cover, but still, #1. To get the writer to sign it, yeah, I think I might for a collectability, just for myself. I probably won't get it graded or anything. I don't care about that stuff. So just be cool to have it signed. So that was a big book. I think this one was the $8 one, because I normally see it for about 10, 15 bucks. And then I mentioned Future Quest. So like I said, I got most of those. I have the stack behind me there. In that discount bin at, I want to say it's 23rd and Charles. You guys may know this. Correct me if you know what I'm talking about. The store. It was at the mall. They had all the resale books and whatnot. But I didn't get all of the issues there. So I did manage to find #9 in their overstock and #10. So I need 11 and 12 yet, and then the series is done. Now, if you guys don't know what this series is, it's something DC did with Hanna-Barbera, where they took a lot of their characters. That's Johnny Quest right there, Space Ghost, I think Adam Strange, all these characters that were superheroes in the Hanna-Barbera world, and they brought them into one world in the comic books. So pretty cool. I'm excited to read this. I have enough. I usually like reading them when I have all of them because I don't like stopping. But I have all but the 2. I'll probably start reading it. So that was cool to find those for cheap. And then lastly, what I got was this one. It's Paradise X. And this is #4 Alex Ross cover. Can you guys guess why I wanted to get this? I don't care about any other issue in this series, but I wanted this one. Anybody? Anybody? I'm waiting to see if chat gets it. 3, 2, 1. It's for this guy right here. We got Old Man Logan there. So yes, this is kind of reminiscent of Days of Future Past Logan. He's got the little bit of salt and pepper on the side. I like how Alex Ross paints Logan. So that was the big reason for getting this. Who else is on here? I don't know if that's just like a wild version of Logan. It looks like it's just different versions of Logan there. And I don't know who that 3D dude is right there, but yeah, I it's one of those. A lot of times I get comics because of the covers, the art, and I'm just like, I need that artwork. So yeah, this one was only a couple bucks. #4. It says near mint. It's probably read once. So, but that is my haul that I got from New Kadia. If you guys are interested, I do have a link in the show notes. So if you guys are catching it late and you missed my little pop-up where we were kind of looking at the website, links down below. Just go to it, check it out. They have weekly sales, really good weekend sales. A lot of times it's 50% off of something. Like I said, last week, it was real hard not to pull the trigger on some Justice League books from the 60s. But did I need it? Well, I think I got something that was a little bit more important. So anyway, looking at the time, it has been almost an hour, you guys. Let's see. I'm going to check the chat real quick. There's a lot of people saying hi. Alex Ross, very cool. Yes, I'm looking. I actually follow him on his website. He has always super cool, kind of pricey stuff. So it's kind of hard to jump into him. But yeah, thank you for stopping in One Collection Down. Thank you for, letting me know it's a great show. I'm glad you caught me. And yeah, we'll catch you on Instagram. And yeah, I'm glad Thing Comics, it does look great. Shipping to Finland is only $2 more than. So yeah, that's not bad. So now if you catch them when they have these sales, it kind of offsets it, right? That's a lot of times what I do is I try to offset it by that stuff. Pam, what? Damn, you just got here. Well, you're going to have to go rewatch it, I guess, to see all the big stuff I showed off that you missed. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. This little kind of impromptu. Keep an eye open for more stuff like this. I want to start doing more live stuff. I want to start having guests. I have my buddy Chris that I'm trying to talk to coming on, maybe being a regular. I want to bring on some other guests that are very similar to me. They like digging and getting, those weekly books, monthly books, or whatever that they can show off. Not big books, just whatever books. And just have fun with it. I have some other ideas once we do have some people come on, and we'll see where it goes from here. But let me give you a breakdown of some business. I said at the beginning of the store, please smash that button. Give me a like, a subscribe, a comment. What was your favorite pickup that I did tonight? I think I kind of have a feeling what it might be. I can't help but show that one off. But let me know down below. I like hearing from you guys and interacting and seeing what you guys think of what I'm doing. It kind of gives me some kind of, affirmation that I'm doing okay, that you guys are enjoying what I'm babbling about. And also check me out on Instagram. Drop me a line at sidequestcomics@gmail.com if you have questions or suggestions. And yeah, check me out on Instagram to see my, I've been doing daily posts lately. So doing some fun stuff there. But yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys tonight. Stay tuned. Hopefully it won't be a month till I do this again. I might do maybe like a Monday unboxing. We'll see. I know I'll have enough. There's, like I said, I have piles behind me that I didn't even get, to show you guys. So, because I'm constantly digging in the back issue bins. But that's going to do it tonight, you guys. Thank you for joining me. If you joined in late, go back and rewatch it, from the beginning. You can see some of the big books that I showed off, or, New Kadia, I talked about them. And yeah, that's it for today. Let me click some buttons, you guys. Thank you for joining me. I got to go with the brand, and that's it. So we'll talk to you later, guys. We'll see you on the next one.